And a good afternoon, Roger Hill of Wuthering Heights. This weather video is driven by 802cars.com, representing 802 Toyota, Twin Cities Subaru, and 802 Honda. They're all located off of exit 7 on Interstate 89. This is our storm system with multiple vorticity centers. There's one over here. We have one that's been around this vicinity here. This is now the Maine area of low pressure. This is pulling in a band of very heavy moisture-laden air, and then pushing it into mainly the Northeast Kingdom via the coastal areas of Maine, crossing over through the White Mountains of New Hampshire. There is some drying trend on this, but at the same time it is making it in here with very good lifting mechanisms right across this particular swath. Looking at the state of Vermont and general area, this is our area of low pressure we can see here, and with the surface pressure system is wrapped up right now right here, but you can see this is driving this big moisture band, and currently we have this stretching across portions of north central Vermont. Not as much in the Northeast Kingdom yet, but this is headed that way, and this seems to be the general area that's going to be in progress. Now we also have currently a kind of a dry slot that has moved in. This is not going to make it all the way into the Northeast Kingdom, as this flare up here seems to be decreasing just a bit and losing some intensity, but eventually it will make it into most of the northern tier states, part of the state. Looking at the 3-kilometer NAM, and you can see the evolution here. Now, note this was an area of low pressure. It is now located over here. And this is the current mesoscale analysis with that area of low pressure is indicated here. Again, this is the surface wet bulb temperatures, and at 32 degrees. This is a good trend if this continues to lower and cool down. It's these warmer temperatures that are mainly the problem. So this is valid. Okay, here we go. We got, this is about 11 o'clock, and you can see that band of heavy moisture now. It's being depicted right now across a wide area, but you can see that it weakens. And the area of low pressure, 977 hectopascal surface low, is a fairly strong one, fairly significant. And it's pushing several different bands, as you can see. One is rotating around the backside of the low. The general area where the heavier snow is going to eventually push to the west. This is valid currently at about 7 o'clock this evening. But you see that areas east of the green start to dry out. This seems to be the program now. And everything switches over to the Champlain Valley side and the western side of the Green Mountains. Now, note that darker blue into the Champlain Valley. We're looking at about, this would be about 10 o'clock. 11, 12, and we have midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and finally we get into 11 and noontime, and we're scattering out. That's the evolution of the entire storm. Bit of a northwest breeze. And looking at northwesterly winds, as that area of low pressure pulls away, we see stronger winds in the reds there. This is about 50 to 55 knots. And not terrible, but yeah, there's going to be some pretty good breezes here out of the north-northwest as that area of low pressure pulls away. And that's going to happen late overnight and into the morning hours on Saturday. And then that pulls away, and that's the end of the storm for us. Here you're looking at total precipitation, and you can see these darker sort of blue colors, 5 to 7, 8, 9/10 an inch. And then here you can see that it's definitely the Northeast Kingdom that's under the gun with the most snowfall. The question is it wet? Well, let's look at it. We're looking at a model sounding right now. I just want to show you, this is the 0-degree isotherm, so anything warmer than that, above freezing, anything below that, you can see 25 degrees and so forth. Well, off surface, this temperature is pretty super adiabatic. That means it cools rapidly aloft, and then it goes isothermal. Now, earlier, this sort of isothermal was right up and down this 0-degree centigrade line, and that's when you get your heavy wet snow issues. That was like December 2014, when we had our terrible snowfall. We had an isothermal layer that went up to about 850 millibars. We don't have that now. It's a little bit of a super adiabatic off surface, meaning it gets colder faster. This seems to be saving our bacon here, and this seems to be the main issue. So looking at how this model sounding, this is located in the Northeast Kingdom, the same area that has the most precipitation. and you could see it tries to go back a little bit toward an isothermal, but it's quite a bit colder, and that is going to make a huge difference between a heavy wet snow versus just a general snowfall. So working this through here, this is valid at 4Z. That is 5Z is midnight. You see the temperature creeping up aloft just a little bit, heading back towards 0 degrees. So now we're at 11Z. This is going to be 8 o'clock in the morning at that particular area. So something we'll still have to watch up in the Northeast Kingdom. But overall, this is a better program going on right now with a slightly drier snowfall making a lot of difference. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights, thanks for watching.